Hey everybody, it's Brian Lee Davidson Tarka. I'm reading from the Bible still reading through the book of John, and still talking about Lazarus right now. This is part 3, and the last part of the talk about Lazarus. Um, and yeah, I hope everybody's staying safe inside, washing their hands. This is very, very real stuff. I think the reality is sitting. It's people is meeting most people, and that's really, really good. Um, if you didn't see Lazarus Part 1 or 2, you can go back and see those. Uh, check out my YouTube page. They're there, so they're worth checking out. Um, to see the kind of build up to spoiler Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead. A lot of if you're into literature, you know that Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. Um, if you don't read the Bible, there's at least several literary references to this. So even in DC Comics, they talk about this fictional Lazarus pit in DC Comics. That's a Batman thing. But anyway, back to the Bible. Uh, Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead. This is chapter 11, verses 8 through 4. Not sorry, 38 through 44. Very sorry. 11:38 through 44. 8 through 4. That sounds weird. Let's continue. Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead. Verse 38. Jesus once more, deeply moved, remember Jesus wept, he's being deeply moved, came to the tomb. It was a cave of stone. It was a cave with a stone laid across the entrance. "Take away the stone," he said. "But Lord," said Martha, the sister of the dead man, "by this time there is a bad odor, for he has been there for 4 days." So the body would start to stink after 4 days. Then Jesus said, "I did not tell you. Oh, no. Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of the people standing here, that they may believe that you sent me." That when Jesus had said this, Jesus called out in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out!" The dead man came out, his hands and feet wrapped with strips of linen and cloth around his face. These were the burial traditions, the burial clothes. Jesus said to them, "Take off the grave clothes and let him go." And that's how it ends. But there is more to come, because there were people who heard about this who go back to the Jewish leaders and talk about it later. So we see that some people believe in Jesus because of the miracles. Some believe because of the testimony, of some person coming saying, "Hey, this is the Messiah. This is who we've been waiting for." And then they look at the evidence. Is this the Messiah? Is he a sinless man that is meeting the people with salvation? Is this who we were waiting for? And they get it. So there's a combination of people getting it and not getting it. And I would love it if the miracles were proof enough, they're often not. Even some of the miracles were being met with skepticism because some people are saying, "Yeah, you're doing miracles, but you're not doing miracles my way." Some of the religious people were saying, "You did this on the Sabbath. You're not supposed to work on the Sabbath. You're obviously demon possessed." And some of the people were saying who received bread from Jesus were like, "Maybe if you give us more bread, more miracles. Come on, come on, a little bit more of that, a little bit more, and then yeah, we'll believe you then. Yeah, we're totally with you then." But you don't put conditions on God. You're not supposed to put conditions on God. That's particularly when he's already shown you his godhood. When he's made that obvious to you, then you're the one who's supposed to be following him. So maybe you're somebody who you're still waiting for God to make that obvious to you. I pray that you work that out, and that you'll see that Jesus is a loving God who meets people, and in this day and age he meets us spiritually. So if you believe, feel free, to start that relationship. Let Jesus know that this is something that you want, and uh, thank him that you believe that Jesus paid the price for your sins. And if relationships could start in a multitude of different ways, they're as unique as our fingerprints. So we have a chance to be thankful for those relationships, and Jesus in a way raising us from the dead as well, giving us eternal life. He brought Lazarus back from the dead so that people could have strengthened their faith and belief, and that this could be an example of something miraculous. But every time somebody believes in Jesus Christ, that is miraculous too, because this real relationship is happening, and we go from a state of being spiritually dead to spiritually alive. So let's be thankful for that. Let's be thankful for Christ's miracles that happen as physical signs, but let's also be thankful for the miracles that happen through the centuries after Jesus came to earth and restore the relationship of humanity to God. And we'll be celebrating that sort of thing during Easter. So you guys take care. Find an online sermon somewhere at a local church. There's lots of churches that are streaming their Easter services. We're doing that at Grace Baptist Church. So I think if you Google Grace Baptist Church in Bowie, you can find a link to their online sermon and Easter. And so feel free to join us for an Easter service. Or you can look up Grace Baptist Bowie on YouTube and check that out. So I'll probably post a link places, but yeah, it's worth your time. You guys take care. Matt, I love you, and God bless you guys. Bye-bye.